Okay, hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm going to get started now. So today we're here to talk about EcoPro 1, 2, and 3, levels 1, 2, and 3. My name is Kelly Ronan. I work at Pearson, we're the publisher of this program. And I'm here today with my colleague Barbara. She's on the line with me as well. And so today, your microphones are currently on mute for the time being, just to keep the background noise to a minimum. But later on, when we have some time for questions, I'm happy to open up everyone's microphone and you're more than welcome to speak. In the meantime, if you could use the chat tool that comes with this program, it's found down at the bottom in your menu. If you have any questions or comments along the way, my colleague Barbara will be keeping an eye on the chat so she can answer your questions, or she can let me know to answer your questions. So we'll be together today for about 30 minutes. We have a few slides to get through, and then I'll leave the slides and jump over to a demo of the online components that come with EcoPro. So let's get started. So today we're talking about EcoPro levels 1, 2, and 3, which in Ontario, that corresponds to grades 4, 5, and 6. It corresponds to different grades in different provinces, of course, and even within Ontario, sometimes EcoPro is used differently. A teacher might use EcoPro 1 for grades 4 and 5, or even 4, 5, and 6. It all really depends on your students, but sort of officially, as far as the curriculum is concerned, it matches up with with grades 4, 5, and 6 in Ontario. So what you see here are the guiding principles upon which EcoPro was developed. Action-oriented, certainly literacy-based, lots of focus on strategies and differentiation, and a great amount of assessment built into the lesson plans. And you might recognize these are the same guiding principles as the CEFR, which is the Common European Framework of Reference. So what you're seeing here are, these are the modules. Each level, EcoPro 1, 2, and 3, comes with 5 student modules. Each level consists of printed student modules and the printed professional bundle. And the professional bundle is the teacher side of it. It comes with the printed program overview, printed teacher guides, printed student modules, and digital teacher access to all of that. So you get digital access to the program overview, the teacher guides, and the student modules. Now, the student modules are also available in a digital format for students as well, and that's a separate purchase from the professional bundle. So this is a chart that was taken from the revised FSL Ontario curriculum document, and it contains evidence of all of these things can be found clearly embedded in your teaching notes. So certainly all of this leads up to creating a lifelong language learner. We've certainly included authentic oral communication. We touch on all the strands: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We have development of language learning strategies. This is very important in this program. And of course, we've woven in the interdependence of language and culture, and I'll show you how we've woven that throughout the student modules. We certainly have an emphasis on critical and creative thinking and goal setting and reflection. There's quite a bit of self-reflection at the end of the modules. And of course, everything in the student modules connects to real world situations. So I just want to have a quick word about the strategies themselves. Here in blue, you can see in the top left corner is a quote, again taken from the Ontario curriculum document, and it stresses the importance of teaching strategies in FSL, and evidence of these strategies, strategy focus is found throughout EcoPro. So what you see here are some pages that are taken from different EcoPro modules, student modules. So these are pages that show For example, production strategies, comprehension strategies, je regarde bien, cooperative strategies, j'écoute bien, je coopère, and metacognitive. So there's the self-reflection that I was talking about earlier. So the I can statements, je peux, and je nomme ma couleur préférée, for example. So this chart shows how clearly embedded the CEFR framework is integrated into EcoPro. So for more information, we do have some PD videos on this particular topic embedded in the program, about specifically the CEFR. And as well, we do offer free webinars on, throughout the year. So do check out our website for information on upcoming webinars. But you can see here very clearly on the left and on the right are the examples of these guiding principles from the CEFR and how they are embedded within EcoPro. I do want to spend just a minute talking about assessment. Of course, that's very important, and it is embedded throughout the teaching notes and the teacher guide. So in the revised Ontario curriculum, there is a metacognition expectation in each of the 4 language strands. So students are expected to identify strategies that they used or found helpful, and to set their goals for future learning. And so here's some examples of how that's addressed in the EcoPro program. So here's a snippet of a margin note that was taken from one of the lesson plans, assessment as learning. So we're telling teachers to provide self-assessment opportunities that allow students to reflect on their listening skills and other skills and strategies using fiche d'évaluation de Je réfléchis sur le module. So we tell teachers how and when to provide assessment opportunities, assessment as learning opportunities, and as well, where appropriate, we let you know which line master to use. So that's all included in your teaching guide. And these are examples from the teaching notes of reminders and opportunities to do assessment for learning. So learning checks are reminders to circulate and monitor how well the students are performing, with suggestions on how to adjust the lesson or to provide support for students, or how to provide extra challenge for students. So all of these snippets are taken from the teacher guide as well. And as well, where appropriate, we let you know which fiche d'évaluation you can use, which is appropriate for each opportunity. Here's an example of some assessment of learning paragraphs. So again, taken from the teaching notes. So in addition to reminding you to do the assessment, we specify exactly which tools to use. So in this first one, we have an assessment of writing for purpose, audience, and form. So assess and evaluate the extent to which students can transcribe personal details on a visual text. Use fiche d'évaluation 5A and fiche d'évaluation 5B and fiche d'évaluation or fiche d'évaluation 6. So we give you lots of opportunities and information on how to embed assessment. So before we jump over to the online resource, and I'll spend the next few minutes walking you through the resource, I do want to let you know that we have a fall savings special on at the moment. So right now there's a discount of 10% when you purchase any complete student packages. So we offer complete student print packages and complete student digital packages. So the offer ends on October 30th of this year. And for more information on that, you can visit our website, pearsoncanada.ca/fall savings. Okay, so let's go over to the website now and have a look at the online components. So we do have digital resources for every grade, for every level, EcoPro 1, 2, and 3. Today I'm going to spend our time together using EcoPro 1. But you should know that all 3 levels are set up in the same way. So what you're seeing with this level will apply to the other levels. So the first thing I want to let you know is these digital textbooks are Pearson eText platform, and they are Flash based at the moment. So when you open them, you do need to have Flash installed on your computer, and your browser will ask you to allow Flash each time you load it. We are aware that Flash is going away from our world in December, and Pearson will be ready at that time with a non-Flash version of this eText. So the content won't change, but the look of it will change slightly. So if you do purchase now, you do need Flash, but only for the next few weeks. And then we will automatically switch over to the non-Flash version when it's ready. So what we've done, if you can just follow my mouse here, is we've taken all of the modules. You can see them here on the left-hand side. Module 1, ma classe et moi. Module 2, ça c'est ma journée. Module 3, suivez-moi. Module 4, les animaux et nous. And Module 5, allons au festival. And we've embedded them here within the eText platform. And I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here in our table of contents to show you that there's actually a whole lot more included here as well. We have another part of this series which is called Échos, not Échos Pro, and those titles are what we call literacy titles. They're reading, they're books, they're storybooks, and there are 4 storybooks that are included in the Échos program, and we've included them here. So when you purchase digital, you're getting the 5 student modules as well as the 4 literacy titles. So you can see here, the first one is Pauvre Michel, and we offer it in a wordless version and the regular version. And then Livret 2 is Voici mon école, again wordless and regular. And Livret 3 is Les Super Bébites. And then of course we have the magazine, Écho Mag. Each level comes with a magazine as well. So all of that is included in your purchase. So let's get started and we'll have a look. I'm just going to walk us through a little bit of module 1, and you can see how we've laid out the text and how you can navigate and find all of your content. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you up here on the top toolbar. You just have to press the arrow keys to turn the pages 1 page at a time. And you'll see the pages loading in the main part of the window. So what you can do to make this look more familiar to you as in a book format is you can switch it over to 2-page view by clicking this icon here. And that ends up showing you the left page and the right page at the same time. So if you're in a classroom and you are projecting this up at the front on a wall, and your students have print books, then your digital book that you're projecting looks the same as the print book that they're looking at. You're seeing the left and the right page, and you can scroll top to bottom to see all of the content of the page. Now between digital and print, none of the content has changed or moved around or reflowed in any way. Everything that appears on page 2 is the same in print and digital. The added benefit of digital is that we've added some more elements, some digital media elements to the digital book, and I'll show you those in a few minutes. With the digital book, you also have the option of doing some highlighting. So let me just get onto a page that has some white background here so we can see the highlighter a bit better. So up here in the top toolbar, we do have a highlighter. I just click it. I come down onto the page, and you can see that I can do some highlighting. Now, this is obviously something you can't do in the print books. You don't want to be highlighting, but of course you can do it here in your digital version. And when you're finished with the highlighted section, you can just press the little X to close it or to delete it, and it goes away. We also have an opportunity for you to do some note-taking. So this yellow push pin is the note-taking tool. If I click it onto the page, drag it onto the page, I get a yellow sticky note, like a yellow, sticky note. So this is a self note that I'm taking, just a private note to myself, So I might say, remind students to review the vocabulary for tomorrow, or something like that. Whatever, or maybe you might remind yourself that, okay, last year when I did this section, the students struggled, so I'm going to take some notes and include them here using the yellow sticky notes. Another thing that's really neat about these sticky notes is that you can embed a URL. So I might say, show students the bonjour video. Maybe I have a particular video that I like to show at the start of the school year, or a particular song that I like to play, and maybe it's on a website. So I highlight the words bonjour video, and my URL box is now active. I can actually input a URL. So let's just say it's somewhere on YouTube, and I can press save. And now my words that I had highlighted are hyperlinked. You can see that they're blue. So when I come to this page, I see my yellow sticky note here, my yellow push pin, which is a reminder that, oh, I've taken a note for myself. I can open it up and I can see, oh, I've embedded a URL, I've embedded a hyperlink, so I can click it and you'll see that it takes me directly to whatever URL it was that I had embedded. So that's how you use the note-taking tool. That's the yellow push pin. The next few icons help you with the magnification of the pages. So you can use the zoom in and zoom out buttons to play around with the size of the pages, depending on what it is that you are doing at the moment in your lesson. If you want the students to read the text on the pages and you are projecting this at the front of class, then you're going to want to be zoomed in pretty far so that they can read all the text. But if you're doing a predicting activity or an overview activity and you want to look at the whole page at once, top to bottom, you'll want to zoom out so students can see all the content and maybe do some predicting about what this lesson is going to be about. We also have some preset zoom icons here. So fit to width is this one here. So if you click it, your page will fill the screen left to right, the width of the screen. And the next icon is fit top to bottom. And so that has your page filling the window top to bottom. You also have an opportunity to switch over to what we call whiteboard view, which is using this projector icon here. So I'm just going to click that and show you what happens. So you'll see that the page is fairly large now. You've got a lot more screen real estate for the pages themselves. Your menu, your toolbar has moved off to the left-hand side. And on your toolbar, you've gained a pen tool, which is here in the middle when you're in whiteboard view. So you click the pen, you choose a color, I'll choose red, and now your mouse will act like a pen. You can draw freehand with your mouse using this pen tool. So this is only available to you when you're in the whiteboard view. If you go back to the regular mode by clicking the monitor icon, you'll see that the drawing that I just did is not visible when you're in regular mode. And I'm just going to go back to projector view to show you one more thing. If you are sharing your screen, whether it be in a classroom and you're projecting up at the front, or you're in a virtual classroom and you're sharing your screen with your students who are on the other end of the meeting, like I am right now today, you might also consider using a feature of your web browser. For example, I'm using Google Chrome, and up in the settings, I can go full screen mode in Google Chrome by clicking this square icon right here. And so now you can see that my screen is really full of what I want it to be full of, which is the EchoPro pages. I've lost all the Google Chrome tabs across the top and all the menus. Those are not important while I'm teaching, so I may as well hide them and project this as large as I can when I'm in full screen mode. Now I'm just going to go back out of full screen by clicking function F11, and I'm now out of full screen mode, and I'll go back to regular view by clicking the monitor, and now this is where we were when we started. So that's a bit of a highlight of the tools along the top toolbar. And now we'll have a quick look. I'll go back to single page view. And, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm going to stay in double page view. And I'm just going to talk about some of the icons that are directly on the pages themselves. I had alluded to the fact that we do have some extra media that we've added into the digital books over and above the print. So here's one example. Here we are at the start of Module 1 on pages 2, 3, and I can see an icon right here where my mouse is hovering. Now this is a listening activity that we've embedded on the student book pages. Your teacher guide will tell you how and when to use this listening activity, but this is where it's located. So I'll just click it. We'll have a quick listen.
Ma classe et moi. Explorons. Bonjour. Partie A. J'écoute bien. J'identifie les mots familiers. 1.
Bonjour Kunal, voici Sarah, c'est mon amie.
Okay, I'll just pause there. We won't listen to the whole activity, but your teacher guide will explain to you if there's any line masters that are meant to go with these listening activities, or what it is that students are expected to do and how and when you will listen to the activities. But that's what you'll look for on the pages, is the speaker icon. So I'm just going to enlarge the page a little bit here so that it fills the screen a bit better. And I'm just going to turn the page and we'll look at a few more icons that are on the pages. So on this page, you can see a whole series of gray colored play icons, audio play buttons. So we've recorded all of the text that's on these pages, and you can listen to them by clicking the play buttons.
Je me présente. Une affiche. Un dessin électronique.
So anywhere that you see, as you're scrolling through the pages, anywhere that you see that gray colored play icon, that represents a read aloud of the text that's on the pages. So here, for example, is a graphic story, and what we've done is we've recorded all of these. Here, let's have a quick listen with different actors representing the different characters. Oh, sorry, it's just taking a minute to load.
Bienvenue dans notre classe.
Oh, okay.
Quel âge as-tu, Brigitte?
J'ai 9 ans, madame.
Bienvenue dans notre classe, Brigitte.
Okay, so we've used different actors, adult voices, children's voices, to represent the different characters in the graphic stories. So that's something you'll see as I scroll through the pages. Anywhere that we have graphic stories, we've included the audio. I can see, I'm wondering if my internet is a bit slow. I'm not sure how it's coming through on your end, but I can see the pages are taking a few seconds to load. So that's a bit, I think that I would blame my internet on that.
It's a bit slow.
Okay, sorry.
It is a little bit slow, and also you're freezing a little bit also from time to time.
I'm not sure I can do anything about that at the moment.
The only thing you might be able to do is if you take off your photo, like your video from showing you,
Sure.
and that will make it sometimes a bit better.
Sure. Okay, that's a great idea. I'll turn that off there. That might help. Hope it does.
Yeah.
So you can see here we're on another story, a graphic story page with speech bubbles. And this one we've provided you the same graphic story but without words. So if I turn the page, you'll see the graphic story with the words. If the page will load, there it goes. So what we've done in the digital, not in the print, is that we've provided you the wordless pages as well for you to use as you see fit, whether it be with a predicting activity or a let's create our own story activity, our own script, our own speech bubbles. So however you want to do it, we do provide you periodically with wordless pages. I just want to scroll through a few more pages to show you a couple of more bits of media that we've included. Sorry, we'll get there. Just give me a minute. I'm looking for specifically the video. So here we are. This is the video page. So of the 5 modules that are included in each level, there is a video that goes with 4 of the 5 modules. So here's an example of the video page that is included in this module. So your lesson plans will tell you all about how to use this page and how to use the video. And this is where you actually find the video right here using this icon where my mouse is hovering. So I'll just let it load here and we'll listen to the first minute or so. Sorry, it just takes a minute for the talking to start. There we are.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie, j'ai 10 ans.
Okay, so this is a video where the kids are presenting themselves. Je me présente. They talk about their age and their favorite color and what languages they speak and things like that. So this is a video that we, our authors, have written and that we shot in Canadian classrooms. And so it goes exactly with the lesson that's prescribed in your teacher guide. So the video player itself has a couple of features that are built in to help support second language learning. So the first feature is the speed button right here. You can speed up or more importantly, slow down the playback. So oftentimes teachers and students are pressing pause, rewind in order to hear the sentences over and over to really understand what the different students and adults are saying. So in this program, you can actually just slow it down a little bit so that they're speaking a little bit slower and it's a bit easier to understand. And the next feature that we've included is the closed captioning. So the CC icon here. So if you click it and turn it on to Français, then anytime the students are speaking, their script their lyrics is included right here at the bottom. So let's just see that.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie.
So you can see, so students can read along and listen along at the same time, which just helps them understand what's being said. So that's the video icon. And then the last one I wanted to show you is the song icon. So every module comes with a song and the lyrics are included in the student book on the pages themselves. So that's this icon here. And we'll just listen for a quick minute and you can read along to the lyrics. Okay, so I'll just stop it there. So you can see that the song obviously goes along with the video. It's all about bonjour, salut, je me présente, what I like, what's my color, what I speak, what language. So this is all part of the module, of course, and it's all embedded in the teaching notes. So now that we've seen all the digital embedded media that's on the student book pages, let's take a minute to have a look at the actual teacher guide. So you might be wondering, where is the teacher material located? And we've located the teacher material over here on the left-hand side in the folders. So that first folder that I showed you was the table of contents that includes all of your modules and your literacy titles. And down here below it, we have a folder called Coin de l'enseignant, Teacher's Corner. So this is where you get all of your teacher material. So we have a link. Sorry, I can see that my internet, there we are, I'm back. Sorry about that. We have a link to the program overview. So I'll just click that really quickly and a PDF document opens. And it's a, roughly, I can't remember how many pages are included. It's the background information to the program itself. So you can take the time to read through the program overview and see what went into the building of this program. So we give you, let me just get to the table of contents so we can have a look here and see what's included. So we have background information about the program itself and the student resource. We have information about instruction and, of course, teaching and learning practices. Lots of information about the strategies. So all of this is included in the program overview. I'll just go back to the Teacher's Corner, and this is where you find, the next document is where you find your teaching notes. So these are your lesson plans for every lesson that goes with these modules. So you just click on Module 1, Ma classe et moi, and a PDF document opens. Now again, these documents are PDF, so you can print them, you can save them to your computer if you don't want to always access them online. You can print them and put them in a binder. So this really has all of the information you're going to need to get through Module 1, the overview to the whole program, the whole module, what each of the lessons are about, and the assessment, the overall assessment plan. And I'll just get past all of the, there's information about the performance task. Each module comes with a performance task at the end of the module. And I'll just get past all of this here and get into the lesson plan itself so you can have a look and see what they look like. So here's your lesson plan. You can see here for student book pages 2 and 3, you're going to be working with lessons 1 and 2. So you're going to be spending 2 lessons on student book pages 2 and 3. And we give you the learning goal. We give you a short description of the before, during, and after of every lesson. So warm up, contextualization, and wrap up. And then if there's any listening activities, that will be included here. I can see this one does include a listening activity. And if there's any assessment information, always keep an eye on the margin notes to see what we're suggesting. Here's lesson 2. Again, so this is a listening activity. Here you can see during listening. So here's the script for the listening activity. Bonjour, j'écoute bien. J'identifie des mots familiers. So that's the script for the actual audio file. So all of that is included in your teaching notes. And as well here in the Teacher's Corner on the left-hand side, this is where you get your line masters, which are the activity sheets, and your strategy masters and your evaluation masters. So those are available. I'll just open up the document. You have the choice of opening them as Word, which are modifiable, so you can make some changes to them if you like, or you can open them in PDF format, which is non-modifiable. Now this is the only content, these, les fiches, the activity sheets, these are the only pieces of content that you can share with students. So you can put these up in your Google Classroom, or you can email them to students or send them to students in any way, because these are Word and PDF documents. The rest of the content, so the student book pages, the song, the video, the listening activities, those are not shareable unless it's in a live classroom situation where you are presenting to the class or you are sharing your screen in a virtual classroom situation, but you can't take any of the content and send it out to students other than the line masters. Okay, so that covers everything I wanted to show you today. I just wanted to make sure you understood how to navigate, how to interact with the pages by using the note-taking and the highlighting, how to find all of the digital content that we've embedded, so the read aloud of the text on the pages, the listening activities, the song and the video, and most importantly, how to find your teacher material, which is in the left-hand side in the Teacher's Corner folder, Coin de l'enseignant. So are there any questions? I'm happy to open up anyone's microphones. In fact, let me go there now and allow you to open your own microphone if you like. You now can unmute yourselves if anyone wants to ask me any questions. If anyone wants me to show anything that I might have skipped over, you're more than welcome.
I was wondering if you could show me again how to use the Google feature to get rid of the tab bar above. I missed that.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. That's actually a really good tip for anybody who's presenting anything in Google. So up in the top toolbar of your Google, there's your 3 dots, which is sort of your settings button. When I click that and I scroll down to this square icon where my mouse is hovering, that is full screen. So that means full screen. So everything disappears except what it is that you're trying to show. That goes nice and large. So to exit full screen, you just need to press F11 afterwards and you get your menus back. So were there, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat to see if there were any questions in the chat that haven't been answered yet.
Thank you. That's great.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so I'm not, okay, I just had a quick look at the chat and it looks like Barbara's been answering some questions in there for me. Thank you, Barbara. If there's anything that anybody else would like to see, I'm happy to stay on and show you more, of course. But otherwise, I thank you very much for attending today. I'm glad to have some of your very precious time. I know what it's like right now in the schools, so thank you for giving us your time to look at this program. Let me put my email address up in case anyone has any questions going forward after today. You're more than welcome to email me. Let me just put it here. So it's kelly.ronan@pearsoned.com. So please reach out to me if you have any questions at all. I'm happy to answer any questions or show anyone anything they'd like to see. Oh, Elaine, I just saw your question in the chat about interactions with the new COVID climate that we're in. Yes, it's definitely a difficult situation. I do know that teachers are struggling with the sharing of print books. Sharing is, of course, not really allowed. So really the hard part for schools right now is to decide if they want to purchase digital access for their students so that they can log in at home, even if they're in class, even if they're going to school, but you don't want them taking the books home. So you could purchase digital access for your students, or you could really just do everything in class with you projecting your teacher access. If you just purchase teacher login, teacher license for yourself, you do all the projecting and you share out the line masters. You share out the activity sheets, les fiches d'activité. So you can do that through whatever you're using, whether it be email or Google Classroom or whatever. That's really the best and easiest and sort of cheapest way to get around students having their own access. But other than that, yeah, it's managing small group activities, large group activities, partners, that you're really just going to have to figure out how you want that to go in your class. That's the tough part.
That's what I find with all of your programs. Like I do Mon Réseau, I've been doing Echo Pro before, and like all the activities where you want to get with, you know, match up with a partner and practice the dialogue, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really a part of second language learning, right? Is practicing out loud with partners or with small groups. So, I mean, we don't have any specifics COVID related activities because of course this program was written prior to COVID. So that's really just something you're going to have to figure out how you want to do that. Have them spaced out, of course. You're not going to have the students close together. Possibly maybe using recording, you know, if the students want to record their practice and send it in to you that way instead of practicing with a partner. It's tough. I know. I don't specifically have suggestions other than you're going to have to modify what's been written for sure. I see a question here from Amy about your account locking. Amy, if you could please send me an email. You've got my email address right there. I'm happy to fix that for you. I'm not sure who you've already reached out to. I'm sorry that it hasn't been fixed yet, but please do send me an email with your username and password, and I'm happy to get that sorted out for you very quickly. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more questions coming in. It's probably faster to speak instead of type, so you're more than welcome to turn on your microphones and speak at this point if there are any questions. Okay, so I will leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope this has helped. I hope it's maybe piqued your interest. And again, do reach out to me if you have any questions going forward. So thanks. Have a good evening, everyone.